Welcome to LSB Feaster's Radio Air Check and Classic TV channel.
All right, Bobby Childs has done sports for us for how many years, Bobby? It seems like forever.
Bob, we go back before I was on the air. I thank you for giving me that shot. We met doing some community service work with the KISS cards. The KISS softball
lovers,
team,
yeah.
KISS Lovers. And I remember harassing you back then once I was playing to, brother, hook me up with a press pass. And you were like, nah. And then one day you said, okay, brother, I'm going to put you to work. I said, all right, what I got to do? He said, I need you to feed me tape for sports shorts in the morning.
Yes.
And I said, feed you tape? What does that mean? He said, I'll give you a recorder, I'll give you a mic, give you a mic head, and mic flag. And you go in the locker room. I said, whoa. You mean I don't just get to go to the games to cover? I get to actually go in the locker room?
Wow.
And you said, of course. What do you think this is? And been doing it since 94 with you when John Starks went crazy and kept missing all those shots against the Rockets.
Yeah, right.
And up until yesterday when I was in Miami covering the Knicks debacle against the Heat, and
It's over.
it does look that way. It doesn't look good for New York losing by 33 yesterday. Just a couple of things I just wanted to say. One is to modify a quote from JFK, and this is for all the brothers in here, which is the quote was, "I think that this is an extraordinary collection of talent, of human knowledge that has ever been gathered at the White House." I'll substitute White House for the KISS Studios, with the possible exception of when Thomas Jefferson dined alone. And I substitute Thomas Jefferson for you, Bob Slade, because you have been in the studio for many nights, many mornings by yourself, pulling stuff together. So that's one of my homages there.
All right.
That is.
Thank you.
The other thing I just like to end with is, yes, the Knicks will lose this first-round series, but, we talk about greatness, right? And I always look to sports and look at some parallels to social life. So when I think of greatness is not defined by the location. When you look at Kareem, he's changed his name. He went from Milwaukee to L.A. You look at Wilt Chamberlain, he went from Philadelphia to L.A. You look at Michael Jordan, he went from Chicago to D.C., and we just have the recent one with Peyton Manning going from Indianapolis to Denver. So greatness is not your location. Greatness is when you can give and provide for others, sacrificing for yourself, and being able to sustain that over a period of time. And everything that KISS has done, and Bob, you've been a big part of it all those years, have sustained and given back to a lot of other people.
Ladies and gentlemen, a graduate of the Bob Slade School of Broadcasting.
That's right. That's
along with your buddy and our buddy Wayne Sims,
Jamie Harris, Andrew Rosario.
Hondo.
We're all the sports crew. We're there with you. And,
That's
Bob,
right.
I've said this a lot of times. I hook my wagon to your cart. So wherever you go, brother, I got your back.
We got you, Bobby. No doubt about it.
Excellent job, Bobby.
Outstanding.
Thank you, Bobby.
Really, thank you very much. Once again, let me tell you that you're listening to 98.7 KISS, WRKS FM New York. It's almost 11 o'clock. We have one more hour of our broadcast. We got a lot of phone calls lined up. We're going to talk to you folks as well. Memories of KISS FM, memories of the week in review. See, who else is in this room? Mike Shannon.
Oh,
Brother Mike Shannon.
Mike, come here, brother. Come by me. Come by me, man.
Oh.
Come on, Mike.
Mike Shannon just walked in here.
Is this working? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is working. Yes, Bob.
Mike came and took his picture off the wall.
No, Robin took the picture off the wall telling me to sign it. I want it back on the wall.
You better put it back,
I
brother.
want it back on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, it needs to stay on the wall.
That's right. That's right.
Okay? It needs to stay on the wall.
That's right.
Anyway, Brother Mike Shannon, go ahead, man, brother.
Bob, we talked about this day for years. We joked about this day for years. Remember we used to joke about
Oh, yeah.
I guess maybe we shouldn't have joked, but it's happening, and it's just been a pleasure. Bob, I had to come back just to see you because I was here earlier, and they said you weren't here yet, so I had to come back because I worked with this man many a mornings for over a year.
Isaac Hayes and friends.
Isaac Hayes and friends, me, Bob, Isaac, God rest his soul, and Ann Tripp.
Yeah.
And we had a ball up in here. I didn't want to do the show at first because, I had my own show in the afternoon with my name on it. You know what I mean? I'm like, why do I have to go just to be a friend? I got my own show. But I'm so glad Toya Beasley was like, no, Mike, go do it, please, because I know you can. And, I'd be disappointed if you didn't. I did it, and I did it well, and we had a good time for a short time, and Bob, it was a pleasure. We laughed, we carried on, we had a ball. There's so many great memories in this place. I've been here for 18 years, and it's tough.
Yeah, well, you're fine broadcast personality, man. I'm sure you'll probably end up on the other side as well.
I hope so. From your lips to there is. I hope so.
Bob, you remember when you used to talk about Mike, who he reminded us of in the NBA?
Yeah, go ahead, tell him.
Paul Pierce.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? And I used to get kind of PO'd about it, right? Because I don't look like him until my mother was like, well, you do kind of favor him. You look better than him, but you do. I was like, oh, if my mother says it. you know?
Well, Paul Pierce, Mike Shannon. It's a pleasure, brother, working with you all these years.
Oh,
really
Bob, it has been a pleasure. I hope to continue working with you.
Yeah,
I hope we can still.
Yeah,
you know
no
what I
doubt
mean?
about it.
Hey, one family, one voice. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Mr. Mike Shannon.
Hey, Mike.
Shannon. We also have another KISS personality right here, sister. Followed us after the week of reviews last a few weeks, as a matter of fact.
yeah.
The one and only sister Venus.
Venus.
Come on, Venus, say something.
Come on, Venus.
Then we go back to the phones, Venus.
Oh, so that means don't talk long?
Yeah.
I am so filled. I'm the baby of the bunch. I started as an intern in 2004. So I'm just so thankful and so elated. I got to work with many of you in the room at different times when I was board hopping. And I just said hello. I was just like, I'm here with Bob Slade. I'm here with Bob Pickett. I'm here with Peter Noel. I don't know if I could hang with those guys. But anyway, I'm here with them, and it's just so wonderful. And I just want to take the opportunity to thank you. I did news with you, trying out a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago. And we had such a good time. And he was like, well, I don't want to give you too much, Sister Venus. I was like, give it to me, give it to me. That's how you learn. I mean, I was put on trial with Chuck Chillout. The first time I was here, I was put on trial. The first time I went live, it was with Chuck Chillout. All the master mixes, trial by fire. Everybody had a different personality, and they were like, you got to do so and so. I said, look, I'm in charge on the mic right now. I'm not getting in trouble. This is what I'm doing. But we had such a good time, and I have such great memories from everybody here. I thank I sat with, I think, every single DJ in here. And when CD 101 was here, I sat with them. I was on the bench waiting, and I filled in there also when it was the jazz station, not the rock station. And I'm just so thankful to have been a part of when the agency put me here as an intern. They gave me a list of radio stations to pick from, and I put down 11 stations, and one of the stations was KISS FM. And when they told me I was going to be at KISS FM, I said, are you sure? They said, well, you don't want it? I said, oh, yeah. But I was just shocked that that's what they gave me to do. And I've been here for 8 years, and I'm just so thankful that I'm a part of this great, rich history. And it will forever go down in history that I was here. And I'm just thankful for everybody.
Very good. Sister Venus, thank you very kindly. Appreciate that.
It's like we've been talking about DJs. There's one guy that we can't leave out, and that's DJ Daryl James, man. Oh, yeah. Okay, we gotta he's not here. He's not around.
Hey, where is he?
But we want to shout him out because D, man, he could throw down with the best of them, and he's been a part of KISS FM for, the last 15, 20 years almost.
Longer than about 20 years, give or take.
Yeah, DJ Daryl James.
All right, very good. I don't know why you just threw that out there like that, but that's cool. Just shout him out. That's all right. All right, we got a lot of folks on the line. Want to get these calls in here real quick. It's 11:04. We're counting down the last minutes of 98.7 KISS FM. Let's go to line one. Talk to Scott out of Plainfield, New Jersey. Scott, you're on the Weekend Review. Hello.
Hey, Bob. How you doing? This is Scott from Plainfield.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother. Hello.
All right, Scott.
Yeah.
You're on,
I just
Scott.
want to know. I'm going to miss. I've worked with KISS since '81, and with Jeff Troy, Mary Thomas, Yvonne Mobley. You guys, Chuck Lennon, Jerry Young. I'm going to miss KISS because I grew up with this. I love KISS FM. KISS was the station. I just hate to see it go off the air right now.
Well, everything comes to a finish at some point, but it's not over. And hopefully we'll be back. Thank you very much for that call, Scott. Let's go to line 7, talk to Wanda out of New Jersey. Wanda, you're on the Weekend Review. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. I am so hurt that KISS is leaving the air. I love you guys. 98.7 has been in my family for a long time, and we're going to miss you. We're going to miss the 98.7, but we're praying that you go on to WBLS and we come together as a people and make it better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can move mountains if we're all together, but separate we won't be able to do it. But I do have a comment in regards to the process that's happening, because it's not only happening in New York City, it's also happening in other large black areas like in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia, Chicago. It's all over the place.
So I'm actually hurt for us as a people that we can entertain across the United States. However, we're not able to come together and have our own TV and radio stations to educate our youth and educate ourselves on the processes that's happening across the country.
No doubt about it.
So I'm kind of saddened in many ways, and I'm hoping that those who are listening and do have the funds will put their funds together and not purchase things that are tangible, but things that can educate us as a people.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you, sir, very much for that call. Really appreciate it. Let's go to line 5, talk to Rudolph Muhammad out of Brooklyn. Rudolph.
Yes, sir. Gentlemen. First of all, I want to thank you personally for all the times that you've had me on the show with Brother Aton doing the disaster.
That's right. I was going to say, I'm wearing your hat right now, brother. Want you to know that. Bed-Stuy Ambulance Corps.
Yes, sir. And, what we have to look at is there are many ways to look at this, but we have to look at it spiritually as well as realistically. And from a spiritual standpoint, we have to understand that all things are ordered for a certain reason and a certain time. And although we may not understand where things are going and what it is, we have to play our part. Nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
You gentlemen, as with Gil Noble and Like It Is, brought enlightenment, education, and a lot of information to a host of people, to a generation of people. And you were able to infuse and enlighten us with things that otherwise we would have never heard or understood.
You know something, I want to mention, Brother Rudolph, that when I was at the Amsterdam News, one of the first stories they gave me to do was a piece on this corps, on the ambulance corps. And this brother, man, provided me with the information. They thought I couldn't finish the story on time. He provided me with the information. We got it out, and this thing took off, man. They were doing some good work, and nobody was recognizing them. You were out there before Hutzler, right? The Jewish Ambulance Service.
No, they were out before us. We actually patterned ourselves after them because my father admired the way that they took charge of their community, regardless of what people said.
Right, that's correct.
So that's but again, yes, thank you, because I remember that very well and the time we spent together getting that information out.
Yeah.
So again, just to make this very quick, again, just thanking you for this period of time, but this is in no way a period to any of our lives. This is a comma, and now we have to figure out where we're going and what the next level is going to be, because we have to hit it with the same tenacity, because there's another generation coming up behind us that still needs to be fed. So again, thank you, brothers, and may God bless you, and let's just keep the struggle going.
All right, Brother Rudolph Muhammad, thank you very much, Bed-Stuy Ambulance Corps. And we'll be working again, I guarantee you that much. Let's go to line 6, talk to Elisa out of West Orange, New Jersey. Elisa?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes.
I just wanted to say thank you for 31 years, or almost 31 years of good listening. And I just wanted to know, why was KISS chosen over Hot 97? Aren't you owned by the same company?
Oh, we were, yeah, but that's a business decision made by the company that owns both radio stations, and they felt that was the way to go, and they took it, and that's the name of that tune,
Well, I wish everyone well, and thank you again for 30 years of good listening.
Okay, thank you, County, for the call.
Good night.
Let's go to line 2, talk to Victor out of the Bronx. Victor, you're on the Weekend Review. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm talking to you gentlemen with a very heavy heart right now. I've been listening to you people ever since you started. And the station has brought me joy, tears, information, and you guys always did a beautiful job giving out information. You showed me that black men could sit down and have intelligent conversations without going at each other's throat and everything. And I've won prizes to go to things that I probably would have never paid my own money to go see.
Got prizes?
And
how many times you get prizes?
The thing is, now I got to get serious.
Yeah.
We know every time in our society strong voices come up, they find some kind of way to take them away from us. If you know about our assassinations and everything, I feel this is like an assassination also, because you are educating the black community. They didn't like that. So why would they keep putting out all that stuff? I'm going to run in your house and I'm going to kill you and all this. Why didn't they knock 97 instead of 98? But I'm getting a little excited now.
All right, brother.
But I see this as a conspiracy. I'm in a conspiracy theorist.
All right.
And this society found some kind of way to destroy another voice. And I'm going to say thank you very much for all the beautiful years that you've given us.
All right, thank you. Thank you for listening. We really do appreciate that. Line 3 is D. Webb out of Nyack. You're on the Week in Review, D. Webb.
Peace, my brothers.
Yes, sir.
All right. Ironically, I'm taking a sociology class, and this week's lesson was about the capitalism and the media and the government. So I understand exactly what's going on here. I wrote something earlier today as my heart was filled. For over 30 years, you visited my family and I at every address where we lived and joined us on road trips. I often received news from you from a perspective that no one else could or would deliver. Over the years, we partied and danced together. Just a few names: Shaila, Bob Slade, my man Fred Bugsy Buggs, Mike Shannon, Lenny Green, and all the past hosts, New York tri-state area, will miss you. Farewell, my old friends from 98.7 KISS. And lastly, I'd like to say that to whom much is given, much is required. And 98.7 KISS, you fulfilled your obligation to the black community. God bless you all.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Thank you very kindly. Appreciate that. Let's take one more call, and we got a special guest on the line. Now, hold it. This woman's been holding on for a while. Line 4 is Ophelia out of the Bronx. You're on the Week in Review. Hi.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to make it very short and sweet. I am one true dedicated fan to the Open Line and the Week in Review. And I would have never thought in a million years that today you guys will be coming to an end. And for the first time, my first town hall meeting was when you guys came up to the Bronx and y'all were there for the charter versus public school format. Right. And I really appreciated that right then and there, because I was looking so forward to many more town hall meetings about things that's going on in the city and within other states and what's going on throughout this country itself. But like so many listeners, I am truly saddened. But at the same time, you've brought me so much joy to listen to so many different political aspects and what's been going on, and you truly are going to be missed. So I just really had to just
well, you know, one door closes, another one opens up. Thank you very much for the support, and I hope you'll get to us when we do resurface. We have a special guest on the live line. Cut man, this is Reverend Joe Carter out of Newark, New Jersey. And, you know, Brother Pickett, you know exactly.
Indeed.
And, of course, he was there with Whitney Houston's funeral and all of that. The brother is on the live line. Brother Joe, Reverend Joe? 910, sorry about that.
Hey, Reverend, how are you, sir?
Hey, man, we're holding up. We're here to support you, and our hearts are broken as well over here in Jersey.
Well, thank you very much, Reverend, for calling in. I can only imagine that you and your colleagues have been talking about this consistently over the last few days, huh?
Yeah, you know, on behalf of the faith community and all of the pastors and churches, we're hurt by this, but we do want to look at this in a broader perspective as another example of the social laryngitis that exists in our community. And we pray as you guys move forward, the BLS will open up the door for your voice so that your voice will not be silenced. We need to hear Bob Slade. We need to hear Open Line. We need to hear Weekend Review. We need Toya Beasley. We need Morning Inspiration. And we even need Antoine Qua. We need all of that because it represents the heart of who we are through Kiss FM.
Nice thought, Reverend. Thank you very much, Joe. We do appreciate your calling us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And God bless you, my friend.
God bless.
Thank you, Reverend Carter.
Really appreciate that. We got a slew of phone calls. I mean, it's just crazy. The phone's ringing off the hook to line one. Talk to Michelle out of Brooklyn. You're on the Weekend Review. Hi.
Yes, hi, good night. I would like to say thank you to you gentlemen for all your selfless work that you've given to our communities. And I think that this is a time for us as a people to come together in our villages and really understand how to take care of one another and understand that this is not just the end. This is the beginning of us as a wake-up for us to see what's going on around us and take care of our own. And to understand that, we can go forward. This is just goodbye. It's not, farewell forever. This is just, a stopping point just at this point, but we will continue as a people. And I would like to thank every DJ, every person that ever graced the mic at Kiss FM. I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving yourself selflessly to all of us listeners and being there for us. And I remember everyone, even Mama Montego.
Hello, darling.
Like she used to say, and I would like to say to every one of you, walk good.
Walk good, yes, indeed. That's
speaking of
that was Freddie Rodriguez who did the voice of Mama Montego back in the day. She was a great broadcaster, a newswoman. She's up in Connecticut right now. Brother Fatine, you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to jump in here and I got a chance to speak this morning on an open line. And, of course, Bob, you've been our leader. But I'm going to turn to my right first and ask this brother here.
Why are you wearing that daggone? No, go ahead.
Yeah. What I got on there? I thought, I got a New York hat on there. But turn to Brother Peter. I'm on your show. I got permission to speak, my brother?
Speak, brother.
There you go. All right, let me just say, just to correct a little bit, what my good former teammate, Bobby Childs had said, is one of the things about being in the sports situation is that Open Line and Weekend Review played a role in getting sports covered by blacks here in the city. Of course, Bob, you was in with the Yankees before we got here, but there was a tail off. And, of course, we have had Marion Boykin on the show, Doc Stanley on the program, and those brothers led the way and helped open the doors. And I remember when I got a chance to meet George Steinbrenner, who basically welcomed when I got a chance to go up to Yankee Stadium and also going to the Knicks and handing off to Bobby Childs of doing such a tremendous job, and Andrew Rosario. But let's come into the Weekend Review. Peter, Peter was a brother I met, not in radio, but I met this brother in the trenches. This is a brother who was a warrior, still is a warrior, and this is a brother who broke stories that he would write things that a lot of people would not write, and he kept it real. He wrote things about those that we supported. He wrote articles for those that we didn't like. But one thing about Peter is he kept it real. And that's something that I respect with you. Brother Cut, I learned a lot from you from dealing with economics, my brother, and cutting through the chase and cutting through the BS. And another former colleague of ours was Ann Tripp. Then when the Weekend Review, a lot of people may not know that I produced the Weekend Review years back. And, I never forget when Annie had to fill in when Bob went down. And working with her just was a gem, just very, very, very easy. Brother Michael Cotman was there, and, of course, his role with the Million Man March. Bob Pickett, going back to the O.J. trial, he's not going to want to admit this, but I was the one that said that O.J. was going to walk, and he said, "Nah, Fatine, you're crazy." And, of course, that day we was going over to film Minister Farrakhan on Phil Donahue, and that's when the verdict came out. Brother Pickett, was I right?
You were.
I was right, my brother.
You were right. The jury was wrong, though.
Okay.
O.J. was guilty, yes, indeed. And guess where O.J. is now?
in jail for something totally
Not,
different.
but they're two different things.
Yeah. And Bob Slade, you know, of course I got a chance to talk about you and I roll with Open Line, but Bob opened a lot of doors for me, you know, not only producing here on the Weekend Review, and as you said, you mentioned earlier about me producing Soul Beginnings, man, you come in this door, I said, Bob, let's get in there about 11 a.m. and we can get out about 9 p.m. Man, I'm taking cab service home at 1 a.m. in the morning, brother, because Bob was not a realist, but a perfectionist, and he wanted to make sure it was right. And I remember when we had to help put together Soul Beginnings, and Bob, you learned to put together your own Soul Beginnings show, brother, and the growth that we were able to help one another. You trained me on some things, and I was able to give back something to you. So, you know, this program meant a lot to me, and even though I don't produce it anymore, we're family. And I just wanted to just personally come in this room and thank you all for the work that you've done, the work that you do, and the work that you will continue to do. And I thank you for being my colleagues and my friends.
Hey, Slade,
Thank you, Brother Fatim.
Do we have time for a live phone call from the biggest fan of Open Line in the Weekend Review? Do we have time for that?
Well, who's that?
Joe Gonzalez. Where are you, Joe?
Joe's right here. Joe's right
hey,
here.
Joe, get on the mic. This is a brother who's been at every event, Slade, that we've ever had. He loves the show, loved Open Line, and loves the Weekend Review. Joe, real quick, in 1 minute.
We're going to miss you. The whole community will miss you. It was about the interests of the community. It was always about what was current and what was most important, not for the individuals, but for the masses of individuals who go nameless and faceless and don't always get a chance to hit the mic. So that's what drew me to the show for so many years, and we'll continue to in the months and years ahead.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate your loyalty and your support. He's been to the Newark, that 3,000 event that we had. And again, Joe, thank you very much for being there for us.
Let's go back to the phones, talk to some more. Listeners, line 7 is Eugene out of North Carolina. He's listening to us in North Carolina. Eugene.
This is not just any Eugene. This is the husband of Keisha Monk, Eugene.
Oh! Yeah! Eugene, how's Keisha doing? How's Keisha?
She's doing well. She's recovering. For those that don't know, she's going through chemotherapy right now.
Oh, okay. Give her our best, okay?
I sure will, man. We was finding all type of bootleg streams and all that other stuff. I have to get my Open Line no matter where I'm at.
Hey, Gene, say hello to Keisha for me, please, man. You know, she boosted us all the time.
Hey, that's what I said. Listen, when there were no liners up in that system, but we always talked about Open Line because, you know, this is where the information was.
Yeah, man. Keisha,
Hey, Bob, I told you about that Obama back in 2008, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
You ain't the only one.
But listen, man, I just want to, it was a blow to us when we heard it, you know. That was just unbelievable. Kiss is gone, but, you know, we hearing the good vibes, so hopefully they'll do the right thing over there at BLS, and they'll snatch you guys up.
Please give our best.
Yeah, Gene, please hug and squeeze her for me, please.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, definitely will. Definitely will. We, you know, she's a praying person, so you know we believe in God, so she's going to be well. Right now, you know how they say sometimes God, He got to put you to the side and hide you for a little while till it's time for you to make that comeback. So, but I'm not going to hold you guys up again. From me, Keisha Monk, I just want to say much love to all of you guys. And I'll see y'all soon.
Okay.
All right now.
You got it. All right. Thank you kindly. All right. Hey, about that. Keisha Monk.
Slade, so when do we get a chance to talk about each other? I mean, just the four of us.
At some point. I'll let you know.
I'm itching, brother. I'm itching.
Let some more of the audience. Nobody need to hear you.
No, I got something for you, brother. That's what I want to say.
All right. Very quickly, let's go to line 5 and talk to Denise out of Queens. Denise, you're on the Weekend Review. Hi.
Hey, how are you guys?
All right.
Listen, all right, first of all, I want to wish everybody at KISS, Open Line, Michael Basin's show, Weekend Review, the show that you used to do at 10 o'clock about talking about Remember the Time.
So
all of that, I want to wish all of you much success in your new endeavors. That's the first thing. Secondly, I'm ticked off about the way this happened. I don't know who thought about doing this, but I really don't like the way they did this thing. You know, to me, New York still needs KISS. You know, you guys speak to the community. You give us information that you make us think, right? This is not good. I'm not happy at all. I'm about to, and I used to like BLS, but I'm kind of upset with them. I don't know if I should be, but That's how I feel. But one thing I wanted to know, could Charles Etheridge explain the thing he was saying about Madison Avenue and dollars and whatnot? Because I didn't quite understand.
All right, thank you very much for the call. Very quickly, cut man.
We spend maybe 10-15% of all dollars in New York City. But we don't get our fair share of advertising dollars. The money that should go to us go to other stations. For example, a white listener will get a station will pay $1.36 for that audience member. They'll give black radio 60-70 cents. It's like when they did the Constitution. We were 3/5 of a person. Same game, right church, wrong pew.
Okay, very good. Now, it's right to the point. That's why we call you Cut Man. Let's go. I know. Let's go to line 2 and talk to, what's that name? Hardin out of Newark?
Hadrian.
Hey, Hadrian. Oh, I'm sorry. Hadrian.
Hey, Bob.
Yo.
Bob.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, dig this. You guys are going to be all right, and I just want to do a little tribute to all of you for all the work that you've been doing for the larger community. So here it is. Dig it. Did you all ever know that you're our heroes? You're everything we would like to be. You flew higher, higher than an eagle. You were the wind beneath our wings.
Nice, Hadrian. Nice, my brother.
All
very
right,
nice, very nice.
Peter Noel has a contract for you coming up.
Look, guys, be safe and stay healthy.
You're welcome.
All right,
Thank you.
Now. Our regards to your wonderful wife, Mint. All right.
Let's go to line 6 and talk to Lee out of Queens. You're on the Weekend Review. Lee, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
To you.
Thank you.
Families. It's just the beginning of something that starts once more. They say love nobody, but this is proof within itself. A community, half of that means unity. And you have done your deed, and you have another deed to do further for the people that's been blessed by your commentations. So it's like when you go out of town, like I drive sometimes, go out down south, and I drive back, and then when I tune in to KISS, it's like, wow, I'm home. It's like a reality check. And that's the only thing that we probably would miss. But, again, you'll be back. You'll be back again. It's just too strong to not be, regained.
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, I wish you the best, and come on back again.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right. Let's do it. All right. By the way, you got a parting of the rivers now because the man has stepped into this place.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
A legend in his own right.
Yes,
indeed.
At this time, a legend in my own mind. Real talk.
Yeah. The one and only. Wait a minute. Hold it. The one and only.
What is
the
it
one and
about
only
the
Ross. Wait a minute. Whoa.
What?
The one and only Ross Lewis.
That's right.
There's
a story behind that too.
You gonna take me there, right?
There's a story behind that.
Hey, but listen, what is it about Weekend Review? Bob got the sexy voice on, then real smooth.
He's just tired. Is
that what it is?
He's tired.
Yeah. Y'all beat him down.
I'm trying to take Lenny Green's job.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen.
Right about now, you take anybody's job.
You know what I mean? This is really one of those moments that you often thought would happen, but you never thought it would happen. This radio station, for me, at the time, I was in AM radio when this station was conceived, and you were taking it to the streets. And it was like, what? We got funky music in the middle of the dial. You know, it's a big thing because radio historically, especially urban radio, black radio, soul radio, had always been at the end of the dial, usually on the right-hand side.
Right.
And every city in America you went to, if you wanted to know where the soul station was,
it was in the ghetto.
It was always on the end of the dial on some small powered radio station.
That's right.
But they always had all the listeners for some strange reason. And it seemed that same attitude transpired to FM because then the FM urban stations were always at the end.
Right.
And when this station came on and it was in the center of the dial, that was one of the biggest things about the inception of 98.7 KISS FM. And one would think that this can go on forever. We would go on to be the new heritage radio station. We were the station that started playing hip-hop on a regular basis with the mixes, as C alluded to earlier. You had master mixes on the station. We took the music, we customized the music. We even went so far as to have it playing during the day. Maybe after 3 in the afternoon, and on the weekend we would play it all day.
Even in the morning. And
talking to Eric B yesterday, he was on my show yesterday. Eric B was saying that, for up-and-coming artists to hear their songs on a radio station in New York, if you were an MC or a rapper, gave you motivation that, man, maybe I may not have to get another job. That was a big thing for them to hear that. As time went on, the Classic Soul, this radio station brought back records, brought back songs that hadn't been played in the city in a long time when it moved over to be Classic Soul, when they made the transition. You heard Otis Redding records that had never played in New York, Bloodstone songs that really wasn't playing on the radio anyplace. This station did a lot of things first. And I guess this is keeping with tradition. We're one of the first to go in this matter. But, I'm grateful because I've had an opportunity to work with some incredible people and to meet, and I mean here in this building. I mean, we can all talk about the artists and everything that we all have come to know because of what we do, what we've been blessed to do. Take a hobby and make it a career. But the people that I've had an opportunity to work with, Bob Slade, like he was, like Chuck said, the first cat you saw when you came to Kiss FM, sitting in that little room with the two Sony TVs, rocking in the chair. And I came in. I was a part-time announcer. Barry Mayo brought me in as a part-time announcer. This is when I was doing the Ross Lewis Act because the station I was working for, the checks were bouncing, and I hadn't yet quit. But I needed to get some money. My baby was still young. I needed to get some money to work to kind of hold the money over until the check cleared from the other place. Barry gave me an opportunity, and I got to the station playing the master mix tapes with God bless Tony Humphreys and the Latin Rascals, and I would go outside and stand on Broadway and listen to watch the cars pass by with Kiss on, saying, "Damn, I'm on Broadway in New York," after working in Jacksonville and all those little markets and stuff. But this is a good time because we got an opportunity to take stock in everything that we have been blessed to be involved in. So I'm feeling real happy right now. I'm feeling grateful. And I think that the listeners, I know you're pained, but I think that we got to feel good about this. We understand the socio-economic economics of this. Of course, my brother Sanford always puts that on Front Street. And it is a lot of that. Maybe it's all of that. But for right now, I think that we should just cherish the memory of having been a part of this. And let's just hope that we can get ourselves another 20 or 30 years somewhere in this town or somewhere in these United States.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. By the way, most radio stations, when it's time to change the format or switch or change whatever, they only give you a chance to say goodbye. At least we're getting a chance to say goodbye, and we thank the folks at MS for allowing us to do that. All right, what we're going to do is take a break, and we're going to spend our final moments reminiscing. Your phone calls as well. You're listening to the Weekend Review, the final minutes of 98.7 KISS FM. Don't go away.
98.7 KISS FM says farewell, New York. Over 30 years of great music and community service will live on starting Monday on 107.5 WBLS. Here's your KISS calendar.
Tune in to Shaila tomorrow for a special Midday Monday. She'll be giving away tickets to see the one and only Al Green every hour. He'll be performing live August 22nd at the Beacon Theater. If you can't win your way in, get your tickets from Ticketmaster.com.
For more info, log on to 987kissfm.com.
This part of KISS FM is